I accidentally read my fiancée's WhatsApp. Her friend asked, "Why are you using that innocent man?" Her reply, "It's easy money. I'm leaving him soon anyway." So I drained the joint account, packed her bags, and walked away without a word. My name's Lucas. I'm 31, living in Austin, Texas, and for the past 2 years, I genuinely believed I had found my person, Ella. We met through mutual friends, hit it off almost instantly, and before long, we were talking about marriage, building a future, and even browsing houses together. She was sweet, or at least that's what I thought. Supportive, always laughing at my jokes, texting me good morning every single day without fail. My family loved her. My friends would tell me, "Dude, she's a keeper." I believed them. Hell, I was the happiest I'd been in years. We got engaged 6 months ago. I gave her a modest but meaningful ring, something I saved for months to buy. She cried when I proposed. At least, it seemed real. Everything seemed normal until one Saturday morning changed everything. Ella had gone to take a shower while we were getting ready to meet some friends for brunch. Her phone was sitting on the kitchen counter. Notifications were lighting up like usual, but I wasn't the kind of guy who ever felt the need to check her phone. Trust was always the foundation, until that morning. A WhatsApp message popped up on her screen. It wasn't even snooping. I literally glanced while pouring coffee. The preview said, "Girl, why are you still wasting that poor man's time?" At first, I laughed it off. Must be about someone else, right? But curiosity, yeah, it got the better of me. Against my better judgment, I tapped the message. It opened to a conversation with her friend Samantha. The latest reply from Ella sat right there. "Because it's easy money. He's such an innocent guy. Just does whatever I ask. I'm leaving him soon anyway. Just passing time till something better comes along." I stood there staring. For a good few seconds, I didn't even know how to process it. My mind kept looping the words. Easy money, leaving him soon, passing time. I scrolled up. The entire conversation was just disgusting. Her friend asked her before, "Doesn't it bother you? He seems like a genuinely good guy." And Ella's reply, "Yeah, he is. That's what makes it so easy. He pays for everything. Trips, dinners, my car note. As long as he thinks we're building a future, I don't have to worry about a thing. I'm just biding my time." Biding her time with me. I felt like a fool. Every vacation I booked, every gift I carefully picked, every single time I thought we were growing together, it was all a lie. A convenient setup for her. The water shut off. I snapped out of it, locked her phone, and placed it exactly where it was before. She came out smiling, towel drying her hair like nothing happened. "Hey, you ready for brunch?" she asked casually. I nodded. Yeah, let me just grab my wallet." Inside, something shifted. I wasn't the same Lucas who walked into that kitchen. But I didn't say a word. Not yet. See, the old me might have confronted her right then. Got angry. Demanded answers. But not this time. This time, I was going to be smart. I smiled back. "Oh yeah, I'm ready. That brunch." Yeah, I went. Sat right there across from Ella, watching her laugh with our friends, pretending everything was normal. Smiling. Chatting. Acting like the doting fiancé everyone thought she was. I don't think anyone noticed how quiet I was that day. If they did, they probably figured I was tired. But inside, my mind was racing, calculating. I wasn't just going to walk away. No, not after everything. Not after she used me for months, maybe years. I wanted her to feel it. I wanted her to look back and realize exactly what she threw away. First, I needed to protect myself. I spent the next couple of days going through my finances. Turns out, my gut was right. My name was on every bill. The car she drove? I'd co-signed. Half the furniture in the apartment? Mine. The wedding fund sitting in a joint account. Mostly my money. I quietly pulled half of it out that afternoon. Transferred it straight into my personal savings. Then I went a step further, froze the joint account entirely. No withdrawals unless both parties agreed. If she noticed, she didn't say anything yet. Then came the second step, evidence. I wasn't going to let her spin some story about he just left me out of nowhere, or he was controlling. That night, while she was asleep, I opened her phone again. Same passcode, never changed. I screenshotted everything. Her chats with Samantha, her comments about easy money, and just passing time. Even an older conversation where she mentioned some other guy by name. Something like, "He's moving back to Austin next month. Once he's settled, I'll be done with Lucas." Finally, that hit harder than I expected, but I kept it together. Saved every screenshot to a hidden folder on my cloud drive. The next day, I called off work. Told my boss I had a family emergency. Then I spent the entire day separating my life from hers. Called my bank. Removed her as a beneficiary. Changed all my passwords, email, Netflix, everything. You'd be surprised how many accounts you share when you think you're building a life together. When she got home that evening, I acted completely normal. She dropped her purse by the door, kissed me on the cheek, and said, "Hey babe, wanna order Thai tonight?" I don't feel like cooking. Sure, I said, smiling. Thai sounds good. And just like that, she sat on the couch scrolling TikTok while I was sitting there, right across from her, knowing her entire lie. Over the next few days, I started dropping hints, small ones. Told her my work might be moving me to a different city soon. Watched her face carefully. She looked nervous. Not sad. Nervous. I even said, you know, I've been thinking a lot about our future lately. Her reply? A fake smile. Me too, baby. The acting skills were impressive. Really. But the final piece was still coming. I needed her out of my apartment. Legally. Clean break. No fights. No ugly drama. And no chance for her to claim anything of mine. So I drafted a lease termination notice and printed it out. The apartment was under my name alone. I checked twice. She had no legal claim to it. Then, just for good measure, I boxed up everything that was hers. Clothes, makeup, shoes, random knickknacks. All of it. Set it neatly in the guest room. And then, I waited for the perfect moment. I didn't have to wait long. 2 days later, Samantha, her friend from those chats, posted a story. A photo from a bar. And there was Ella, sitting awfully close to some guy I'd never seen before. Leaning in. Laughing. His hand on her knee. It all lined up. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. The next morning felt different. I woke up before Ella, sat quietly at the kitchen table sipping coffee, staring at her packed boxes in the guest room. It wasn't sadness I felt. Not even anger anymore. It was clarity. Ella strolled out of the bedroom around 9 a.m., hair messy, stretching like it was any other lazy Sunday. Morning, babe, she said casually. I set my coffee down. Morning. Hey, we need to talk. She blinked. About what? I stood up, walked over to the counter, and handed her an envelope. Inside were printed screenshots of her entire WhatsApp conversation with Samantha. Everything. At first, she just looked confused, flipping through the pages. And then, her face changed. Blank. Pale. Like someone knocked the wind out of her. What is this? She stammered. I folded my arms. Calm. Controlled. You tell me. Maybe start with easy money. Or, I'm leaving him soon anyway. She opened her mouth, but no words came out. Just this pitiful attempt at scrambling. Lucas, wait. I can explain. That's not what it looks like. I raised an eyebrow. Really? Because it looks pretty clear to me. You've been using me, lying to me, and planning your exit as soon as someone better came along. No, it was just venting. Girls talk. It doesn't mean anything, she rushed out. I laughed. Honest, bitter laughter. Venting? You called me easy money. You said you were just passing time. You even talked about leaving when that other guy moves back to Austin. Her face twisted. Lucas, don't do this. Please. You know I care about you. Care about me? I shook my head. Nah. You cared about the dinners, the vacations, the car payments. You cared about my wallet. Not me. She stepped closer. Please, we can fix this. I made a mistake. I didn't mean. I held up my hand. Stop. Look over there. I pointed to the guest room. That's all your stuff. You're out. Lease is under my name. Your access to the joint account? Gone. Credit cards? Removed. Passwords? Changed. Her mouth hung open. You planned this. Damn right I did, I said. The moment I saw those messages, I decided I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to walk away clean and make sure you regret every second you spent lying to me. She started crying. Lucas, please. I didn't mean it. I was scared. No, I interrupted. You were never scared. You were comfortable. You thought I'd never find out. You thought I was just some naive idiot who'd keep paying your bills while you lined up your next option. She wiped her face, pacing. Don't throw this away. We had something real. You can't just. I laughed again, colder this time. Funny. You already planned to throw it away. I'm just speeding up the process. Then I pulled out my phone, opened the folder with her screenshots, and added, by the way, I sent all of this to myself, my lawyer, and, just for good measure, your parents. You might want to check your email. She froze. You didn't. Oh, I did. Her phone dinged almost immediately from the counter. She grabbed it, opened it, and I saw her face fall completely. Silence. Total silence. I grabbed my keys. I won't ever speak badly about you to anyone. You'll do that job yourself when people find out who you really are. As I walked to the door, she tried one last time. Lucas, please don't go. We can fix it. I swear I'll change. I looked at her, this woman I once thought I'd marry, and simply said, nah, thanks for saving me from the biggest mistake of my life. And I walked out, never looked back. So yeah, that's how it ended. I'm not looking for sympathy. Honestly, I'm grateful I found out before the wedding. Dodged a bullet. But I do wonder, how do people live with themselves lying like that? Using someone like it's nothing? What would you guys have done in my place? Would you have handled it the same way, or gone further? I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.